Hey everyone, how's it going? Apparently, I can't sleep. Apparently, I'm way too pumped up from the debate to sleep. Um, right, yeah, it is on. And the thing is, sorry, chat, I'll get you up so I can talk to you. Everything coming through okay? Right, okay. Um, yeah. So for anyone who didn't know, I don't really know. I don't use Twitch at all, and I don't follow Twitch streamers or anything like that. But yeah, I was supposed to have a debate with Hassan Piker, Destiny, Blair White, and myself. And Blair White dropped out because of a scheduling conflict or something. And so a guy called Nick Fuentes replaced him. Now, I'm not really familiar with him, but he seems to be a white nationalist. But I mean, I don't think he was unreasonable, but I don't know anything about him really, so maybe he's massively unreasonable. But he was, Twitch TV train wrecks. The full thing's apparently there. It was really good fun, and it was yeah, it was Hassan and Destiny are looking at their woos on the stream. Yeah, I felt bad for Hassan and Destiny by the end of it because I kept seeing them just like this head in hands and stuff like that, looking really really kind of blown out a bit, to be honest. And I felt bad for them. Mexican Jewish white nationalists. There we go. I told you the alt right is going to be controlled by Jews and not whites by the end of it. But I don't know anything about him, but he seems to be highly theocratic. But either way, right? My position in it was really the centrist position, obviously, and yeah, I've got to be up in like 3 hours, so I was just like, fuck it, there's no point. Hassan effed up with the profits is theft. Well, that's standard Marxist rhetoric, isn't it? You know, of course he thinks that profit is theft. Um, Good show, Hassan and Destiny licking their wounds on stream. Yeah, I know. I'm not here to lick wounds. I just can't sleep. It was really good fun though, and it there were some really good points raised. Reading list. Oh Jesus, yeah, I should do one. There loads of stuff. There's just loads of stuff you have to read. I personally, I always recommend just start with The Road to Serfdom by Hayek. It's like he centers himself in the position of the individual. Like this is one thing I wanted to talk about, the women in the military thing. Like it sounds good from an institutional perspective. Say that women actually are better soldiers for whatever reason. That's good for an institutional perspective. But like, it might, like it's like bringing in immigrants to grow the GDP. Okay, but what's the individual experience like? And Hayek tends to center himself very much on the individual experience, and I really like that. But the thing with women in the military, apparently I looked this up before the stream. 68% of women in the military say that they've been harassed or assaulted. And so the question is, okay, well, maybe it's very progressive to have a mixed military, but maybe also it's not good for women to be actually in the same units as men. Maybe if we're going to have, maybe there should be women only units and men only units, because there's a lot of sexual assault that goes on there apparently. Sargon and AIU versus Destiny and Brown Fabio. That would be great. I would enjoy that very much. I don't think they'll do it though. But yeah, Dissenter, by the way, Dissenter now has a follow function, which is incredible. Like finally I can follow people on Dissenter. So everyone follow me on Dissenter, and I will follow a bunch of people on there as well. I'm only following 2 people at the moment because it's only just come in. But yeah, but the thing is, the reason I wanted the follow thing on Dissenter is because now it's a proper social media network, and now I can actually use the thing. I can use it properly to keep in contact with people and keep a bridge of what they're doing. But yeah, so yeah, Trainwrecks TV. It was really, really good fun, and I would love to have gone to bed, but I'm just too awake now, and I just can't sleep. So yeah, Destiny was so true. Yeah, I tell you, when it came to the race and IQ stuff, man, he got really upset. Like, he was visibly distressed. And it's like, dude, even if it's true, it doesn't really matter if you're a liberal. Like, it only matters if you're a communist and you need all people to be the same. I personally think all people are different, like every single person. So it really doesn't matter to me if, like, aggregates of people are different in different ways. I mean, it would be counter-evolutionary if they were not, and I don't really see why we'd argue that. It just strikes me that it doesn't matter because, you know, we're not going to start fucking doing anything to people based on their IQ. Uncooked Canuck, yeah, thanks, man. So yeah, there was one bit where I like Destiny was getting really triggered about the IQ thing. So I was like, okay, well, let's talk about height. And when I started going through it, explaining the same argument, Destiny was like, well, yeah, obviously that's true. When it was come to height, and like, as soon as he changed to IQ, he tried to make it. I had to correct him. I was like, no, I'm talking about height. He was like, oh, well, that's fine then. And Nick was just like, you just conceded the point. Use Dissenter. How do I follow people? You got to find someone who you want to follow, and then there's a follow button. Let me see if I can find an example. Right, so I've got Papa Bones here. I don't know who he is. I'm already following him. Apparently, this guy must have been a test follow of mine. To see if it worked. But yeah, so, and then they've got trending comments at the top. Apparently I've got a trending comment. That's good. That's nice. But yeah, Tommy Robinson got banned from Snapchat today, by the way. Obviously he'd broken the terms of service, even though he just started using the thing. Never give you an example of how they break the terms of service, obviously. But am I following Andrew Torba? I feel like I should give Andrew a follow, shouldn't I? But no, very good job with Dissenter, Andrew. Very impressed with it. Sorry, chat. I'll get back to you. So I'm literally just here to talk to you for a bit because I just need to kill some time until about 8:30 when I've got to leave. Well, probably it won't be that old. It won't be that long even. Yeah, Snapchat didn't even know he had one. Yeah, exactly, dude. Right, he literally just fucking got it, and I don't have a link to the debate. Sorry, like I said, I don't use Twitch. Would you be able to link the VOD? If someone has a link to it, that would be great. Yeah, I've got the Dissenter. It's app for Firefox as well. So I'll go. But yeah, no, it was a really, really fun thing. Even if we'd lost, it still would have been fun. I really enjoyed the arguments. I just like arguing with people. Some of the comments are coming in from Reddit. Never been much of a Sargon fan, but man, he sure knows how to make Destiny squirm. Yeah, I know, right? How did Tommy get banned before Dankula? What timeline is this? Yeah, mate, Tommy is just unpersoned at this point. Like, if there's anything that's going to radicalize Tommy more, it's just ostracizing him. It's obviously going to radicalize him more. He's constantly being persecuted by the fucking state, man. They need to bring him back into the fold. Just bring him onto TV and say, okay, why? Why are all these people following you? What is it you have to say? Let's just have it out. Let's just have the thing that you're trying to say without jumping down his throat, and just try and be charitable, for the Christ's sake. You know, I mean, and this is another thing that the middle classes do. They think, oh, well, you're not like and they do this to the working classes. You're not as articulate as us, and therefore, when you clumsily say something that could be interpreted one way as fairly charitably or negatively in the other, just take the negative interpretation. Bam, we got you. You're a racist. You're a Nazi. It's like, they're not Nazis. They just honestly, in many ways, don't know how to express themselves properly. Let me Trainwrecks TV. I'll put a link in the description. Let me. Sorry, everyone. You'll probably hear that. Right, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I don't use Twitch, so I'm not. I might fuck this up. Oh, come on. Man, the YouTube have changed the interface to like a new beta system, and it's horrible and slow. And I don't see why they needed to change it, because the other one worked just fine. Right, okay, if you refresh, there should be in the description a link to the thing. Am I Yang Gang? No. I quite like Andrew Yang. Like, I don't think he's a bad guy or anything. No, it's on Twitch. I don't think his answers are right. I don't think UBI is the way forward. I think there could be something better done than UBI. And I think just giving people money, again, it's something given has no value. I really do think that's a true statement. And I think that it's something important. Yeah, Piker is economically illiterate, and that's coming from me. I'm mildly more economically literate than Piker, but not brilliantly so. But I love what I really enjoyed that when he thought I didn't know about Marxism. It's like, dude, I've spent way too much time reading Marxist theory. And at one point, Destiny mistook alienation to mean isolation. It's like, no, it means someone who's not engaged with their work in Marxist theory. Hassan obviously knew this, but Destiny didn't. But I'd like to recommend the book Progress and Poverty by Henry George, a classical liberal work on economics that I think could help close the rift in society. I will put that on my list. In fact, I will just make sure I'm not sharing my screen so I don't get my Amazon thing up. But I'm going to order that now. Progress and Poverty. Excellent. Wow, it's only got 3 stars. Why is that? Right. In the basket. Okay, done. Yeah, so the whole thing was great fun. Destiny lost his shit. Not that I enjoy making Destiny lose his shit, you understand. Just because I keep doing it to him. It's not the intention. Because the thing is, right, Destiny, and I know a lot of people aren't going to like this, Destiny's a really smart guy. He's just partisan. He just has a particular one. Nick was probably better than Blair would have been, to be fair. Not that I don't like Blair or anything. I honestly haven't seen many of the debates. The Duckman, I was just about to sleep. Sorry, Danker, I apologise. Did you see that Yang will be on Shapiro's Sunday special? Oy vey. Yeah, I know, right? They're gonna be talking about circumcision apparently, which I'm looking forward to. So that should be good fun. I don't think that link is correct. Well, fuck it. Someone else can fix my boomerisms. Thank you. Hassan Piker. Yeah. I've been looking forward to talking to Hassan for a while, and I completely demolished him on the Nazi issue, the Nazi question. Were Nazi socialists? They were. They were super socialists. And this is the thing, they're like, the Nazis privatized private property. It's like, okay, well, giving it to party members is hardly privatizing it. But that was the point. The Nazis literally thought, Hitler literally thought, going after the property is like remedial. They literally, we socialize people. We don't need to control your property. We're going to control you. So fuck your property. We've got your brain, Yeah, sorry, the Solon. Fully left Twitter entirely after 3 years. It was not worth it. Too much to drain, constant mental, temporal, and social drain. What are your thoughts on implementing more Republic elements in the US? I actually think that the US's system is really good. The way that you've got it, just don't let them take away certain aspects of it, because your founders set that up for a reason in that way, for a reason. And Trump getting elected is proof that they had set it up in a very sensible way, and it works. Trump should happen if, the kind of political consensus ever forms where a significant, half of the population are effectively shut out of meaningful dialogue. Someone like Trump is supposed to come along. And he has, and so that's good. Destiny's a smart guy. He's just not as smart as he thinks he is. No, I don't say that. That's mean. Have I seen the shitty E4 anti-racist commercial that smears the working class people who voted for Brexit? Well, let me tell you about classism in the United Kingdom. Yes, I've got no doubt. I haven't seen it, I'm afraid, but I've got no doubt. Um, what do I think of the PewDiePie vs. T-Series battle? Subscribe to PewDiePie. One thing I found very interesting is the fact that they constantly sought to deny left-wing influence on society, and I think that left-wing influence is pervasive. Dissent comment we can find and follow you. Okay, yeah, I'll dissent a comment on this stream, in fact. In a second, when I log into Dissenter. I've posted hello world on this stream. You should go on Nick's show. It's all right. I'll let him. You know, I don't want to gay crash anyone's shows or anything, and I'm probably far less interesting now than I would normally be. Yeah, using the Spencer insult. I know it's mean. It's mean. There's no need to do it. But well, no. Destiny is smart, and he's surprisingly well read on political theory. But he's broadly read on political theory. He hasn't gone deep into things like Hassan has with Marxism, and Hassan knows his Marxism. You know, he just doesn't know anything else like outside of that. So it's just like, you know, does Carl own stock in Gab? Does Gab do stock? But no, I don't own any stock in anything. Oh, for my philosophy, moral, and ethics course, I have to argue about the immorality of socialism. Do you have anything that might help? My dude, socialism is inherently immoral on the face of it. It's economic totalitarianism. It openly advocates for resentment against a certain class of people in society. People who didn't necessarily choose their position. I mean, like, it's hard to argue for the poor old fucking rich. But like someone like Tucker Carlson, the reason I don't hate him is because he didn't have the choice there. Oh god, don't even get me started on Rawls' idea of justice. I mean, he's not wrong, but I feel like Rawls is setting an unrealistic standard for what we in the real world can actually achieve. So, for anyone who doesn't know, Rawls' veil of ignorance. It's a great thought experiment. It's like, look, if you didn't know how you were going to be born, what kind of society would you want to be born into? And obviously, you would want to be born into a society that was effectively the highest chance of giving you a good standard of living, which is true, obviously, but that doesn't really help us when we're stuck in a certain kind of world that we don't actually have access, sort of like the facilities to be able to do the things that I think are the natural implications from that. But yeah, so thanks for getting me started. I'm not a boomer, no, I'm Gen X. If Tucker is mostly honest, you can live with him. Yeah, I agree. That's the thing. I agree. Like, Tucker has his biases, obviously, but no, he's not a white nationalist. But he recognizes that the Americans are a people, though. That's the thing. And I think they are, you know. Honk, 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 honk. Don't know what that is. How would you describe the best way to give yourself classical liberal education? Just, man, you got to read a lot of stuff. Please come to Dallas, Texas and meet up with Steven Crowder. Also, come back to your forgotten Discord server. I didn't even know I had a forgotten Discord server, but the one that I've got now, I'm afraid, is the one I'm going to be keeping with because I'm a boomer when it comes to Discord. So, Fuentes has apparently called me a good faith guy you'd want on his show. Oh, that's nice. Bread pill. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. So the bread tube. I learned about this fairly recently, actually. Bread tube. Obviously, Hassan's part of it. It's the commie tube, right? But I love the fact they're obsessing over bread. It's like this is a problem that capitalism solved 100 years ago, which is why the communists, in fact, changed their shtick from "we will guarantee that you get your daily bread," which was a problem back in like 19th century Russia, to "we're not equal." It's like, okay, but capitalism never said it would make us equal. Capitalism said that it'd give us full bellies, and now we have an obesity crisis. So I think capitalism won in that regard. The Road to Serfdom is a great socialist critique. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And not just that, though. Like, people forget that Hayek, like, there's some great moral philosophy in there, too. You know, I really, really like the sort of, again, the eye-level worldview. I think he's got it. What's going to happen with Assange as soon as he gets from the Ecuadorian embassy? I have no idea. Unfortunately, I saw that it was, Kropotkin, yeah, exactly. But Kropotkin wasn't the only one. You know, lots of them were obsessed with how can we make sure you get fed. But that's not a problem now. So, calling themselves breadtube. It's like, well done. You've named yourself after a problem that was solved ages ago by your arch enemy, capitalism, by the way. So, weird flex, but okay. Even our poor people are bloody fat. Yeah, no, in fact, that's exactly the problem. To be not fat now, you effectively have to be middle class, because you can get very, very easily available cheap food, but it's terrible. It's terrible food. To get like fresh food, you've got to spend some money. But you should check out TFM. I don't know what that is, I'm afraid. Why do you think the race IQ triggers Destiny so bad? He seems to think that recognizing it leads to ipso facto genocide, projecting perhaps. Yeah, I mean, it can be a thing that might be true. I mean, I don't know about the truth of it, obviously, and I do think that economic factors are way more important, and relevant. I mean, we can actually do something about the economic factors, so let's focus on that. And if you say, okay, well, if the average IQ in Africa is 70, okay, well, raising it to like 85, but just giving them good diets or helping them to get good diets, that's surely a fantastic improvement, And then who knows how far that goes? Because, I mean, like, one of the things that Thomas Sowell talks about in Wealth, Poverty and Politics is the progression of Jewish IQs in the US, which is really interesting because the Jews in the US a lot of them came from Eastern Europe, obviously, around the end of the 19th, beginning of the 20th century, and they had an average IQ of 90, which probably was reasonable for the time because most people would have been poor and stupid. But the progression of the Jewish IQ is measurable and very impressive. And I think it really does come from a culture of hard work, family values, and valuing of education. I think you can't go wrong with that kind of culture. No matter who's adopting it, it doesn't matter who's adopting this. Like, I think that will positively affect anyone. So I've been trying to diet a lot recently, and I hope it's showing. I've been eating a lot of salads, like every day. Instead of sandwiches, whatever, salad. Oh, man. I went and had a ham sandwich with butter a minute ago, breaking my diet completely. But, man, it was good. It was so good. Hi, Sargon, just want support. Also, can someone please tell Bernie Bros to stop calling Bernie Sanders daddy? Oh, God. I had a disturbing image of Bernie as a leather daddy in a BDSM club. Well, thanks. Now everyone else has that disturbing image. Dude, come on. Did we need that? Bernie Sanders in leathers? Thank you very much. Okay, some bleach. I just found out before Xmas last year that the PM of New Zealand here relaxed gun laws to make it easier to get guns as a dealer, which opened to everyone. So she also deliberately subverted Parliament to do it. I don't know what to do with that information. She's really gone back on that, hasn't she? Jesus. The game was honked from the start. Man, I do not know what that joke is about. Zachary, what is this about? You can't diet without a cheat day. It's totally shame. Oh, thanks, John. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, so like the whole race IQ thing, like, and the thing is, I think, okay, so what I think it's all about really, right, is that when you're in the left, I think you are being conditioned in certain ways to react to certain things. And I do think that the race IQ thing, could I beat Tim Pool in a fight? Of course I could. Don't test me, Tim. I would never fight Tim, though. Tim's a really honourable guy. And I have such mad respect for Tim. I haven't seen Jacqueline Phoenix as the new Joker yet. But to be honest with you, after the last guy, how can he be any worse? And to be fair, like Jacqueline Phoenix, or however you pronounce it, he's really good. Like he's a really decent actor. I fucking loved him as Commodus, man. He was so good. Full screen the video if all you can just talk. Okay, I don't think I can actually. I haven't set it up to do it. And man, I look like I've been up all night because I've been up all night. So, give me a break. Do you want me to put that fucking Legend of Korra gif back up? Listen to the Union version of Dixie 1860 shitpost. I will have to do that. Joaquin, thank you. Joaquin Phoenix. I appreciate that. But the thing is, I've also got the strength advantage. Just, I lift more weights than he does, but, I mean, he might be faster than me, though, to be fair. Maybe he'll just knock me out really quickly. Hang on a second. What are you doing up this early? Oh, what are you doing up this early? And out in the rain.
Oh.
You want to watch Cars?
Yeah.
Well, we can't really. 'Cause well, I guess we can. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Oh. So, everyone, I think I'm going to have to go because my boys woke up. You're alright? You woke up really early, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we play pizza game?
You want to play? We've got a board game called Pizza, and you have to flip over pizza tokens to make a pizza. But it's good fun. So we go play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Right. See you all later, everyone. Oh dear. When YouTube lets me actually quit.
What?